Kelly, and this is my channel, Kel's Stitches. I am also on Instagram as Kels_Stitches. This is a place where I talk about my ever-increasing, out-of-control addiction to cross-stitching. Today is Monday, May 2nd, 2022, and this is Flosstube number 7. If you are new, welcome. Hope you like what you see, and please subscribe and like to my channel and my videos. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. It is very much appreciated. I do try to comment on everyone's comments, or reply back to everyone's comments, and I always heart them to let you know that they have been read. So over the weekend I did just hit to, I think I'm up to about 305 subscribers now, so thank you very much everyone for subscribing to my channel and listening to me ramble on in my Aussie accent. I think I'll just get straight into showing you my whips today, so let's get into it. If I keep looking over that direction, it's because I've got my notes over there. If I don't take notes, I'm bound to forget something, and it's not until I'm editing or have edited and started to upload that I've gone, bugger, you know, I really should have said that, or I should have said this. So notes it is for me today. So let's start on our, actually I will read you my stats for April first. So in April, my monthly stitch count was 22,300 stitches. I stitched for every single day in April, so the total of the 30 days. And my daily average for the month was 744 stitches. That's full stitches. I don't do tent. All my projects are a full cross. So then, so far this year, I have done 78,180 stitches, which brings me to a total of 651.5 stitches a day for the 120 days. I think that's pretty good going. I do know that coming up in, well, this weekend is pretty busy, being Mother's Day weekend and working in hospitality. It's going to get crazy. And then in July we have our local race carnival, and we always cater for that as well. So we're catering for upwards of 1,000 plus people a day over 4 or 5 days. So it's pretty hectic. There's some pretty big days in there, so I'm not sure how much stitching I'll get over that. But that's in July, so we'll worry about that when we get there. Alright, so on to my whips. My first one is my stamped kit, which is, let me find the cover pic. Thought I was organised. Nope. Oh, there it is. So that is the cover picture for it. This is on 11 count Aida with the Satin floss. It is 3/1 on the 11 count. So this is where I am up to with it. I have finished off that? Yes, I have. I've finished off this section, so let me take this off so I can show the whole thing to you. So that's where I'm up to with it. It's not coming out too bad for 11 count stamped. Of course, some of the finer details are lost, but you take it back further and it looks alright. I don't know what I'll end up doing with it once I'm finished it. Probably just go into the cherry box like the rest of them. I have made plans to fully finish some of my other ones, but we'll get to that when I eventually do it. So the stamped kit I stitched on for 3 days over the fortnight, and I got 1,590 stitches into it. My next one is from an Etsy designer, Ukrainian designer on Etsy, 2x2, what's it called? 2x2 stitch art, I think it's called. I think her store is called. This is Not All Who Wander Are Lost. And I'll put the cover pic in over here somewhere. Or do I have a picture of it? Organisation, Kelly. Oh, here it is. Okay, so that is the cover picture of it. Now I have swapped out, this is meant to all be B5200 for the mountain and the snow, the stars, the moon, all that. I did swap it out for DMC Etoile blank, just to give it that little bit of a shine. So there it is. This is stitched on 16 count Aida. I stitched on it for 4 days and got 2,930 stitches. Now, I don't know if you can see. Oh yeah, there's the etoile. So, just to give it that little bit of a shine, a bit of a sparkle, I am going to do all the words just in the B5200. Now, that is stitching up really quick, and once I'm finished that one, I will get on to the other two in the series. My next one was Tigers, my Bengal Tigers 2, which is this one. Now, this is stitched on, get out of the bag. This is stitched on 16 count Aida, 2/1. I stitched on it for 4 days and got 1,740 stitches into it. Darren was a little bit disappointed that I wasn't going to come down here and stitch the rest of the tiger laying down, but I did tell him that there's a little bit of tiger here that I'm getting to, so, but yeah, that's that one. My next one was Anzak. Now I am doing this as a SAL, a stitch along with Darren and Michelle, who is another lady in one of our chat groups on Facebook for one of our stitchy games. Now, I'm a lot further along than the other two. They have provided me with photos to put up and their stats, so I will read those out. I'll hold mine up long enough while I read their stats, and then I'll put their pictures side by side so you can see them. That is the finished piece of Anzac by Long Dog Samplers. So, I think last time I was over in this corner, so I finished off that corner, and now I've moved back up here to finish off the rest of that. I stitched on this for 4 days and got 2,720 stitches. This is 18 count hand dyed Aida that I dyed myself. I started off with a base color of a yellow, and then I over dyed with a teal to get the modelly yellow and green look to it. And the floss are just a variegated Chinese floss. Okay, so Michelle's, which I'll put over this side to my right. Michelle is doing hers on 20 count raspberry Aida. She is using blank and 310 in CXC and an anchor variegated, and she's at 20.38%. Darren's I'll put to my left. His is on 18 count tea coffee dyed Aida that I dyed for him myself, and he's using a Mrs. Sada's silk. Now I can't remember the name of the silk that he's using, but that's the three of ours there together. Couple of more sessions and I think that I should have this finished by the end of May, and then I will move on to, oops, that's a little dangerous, move on to my next long dog. Okay, my last whip is my Fox and Rabbit mystery stampler called The Changing Seasons. The May section came out on the 30th. I think it was like 6 o'clock on the 30th. So I didn't bother starting it then. I started it yesterday on the 1st, Sunday the 1st. And this is it. This is the section that was released. So I stitched this using Silks for You PR171. Now I'm going to use that same thread in the other 3 boxes just to tie them all in and just to give a little bit of colour to brighten up those darker purples, browns and yellows that I've used. So this is on 16 count Aida that I hand dyed myself. Base colour was a smoke grey, and then I over dyed with the gunmetal grey. So that's going to go in the project bag and to the back of the pile until next month. Alright, so that's all my whips and progress for this fortnight, everyone. I did get so that little section there was 860 stitches and I got it done in one day, so that was pretty easy. Alright, so on to a bit of haul that I got. I got April's Silk of the Club, Colour of the Month Club in during last week, and oops, these are the 4 of them here. So this one is PR110. We have PR148. We have PR065. And PR156. So that was that one. It was my birthday last week. So one of my presents that my daughter gave me was a Silks for You mystery box. So I've already opened this and I know what's in here, but I will open it to show you guys. if you've watched my Flosstube extra that I posted last week, I've already opened one of these that I'd bought for myself. My daughter didn't know that I'd bought one for myself, and she went and bought another mystery box for me, which is okay. So all the notions are pretty much the same. You've got scissors, your little ducky wooden buttons, your purple, green and pink buttons, some crocheted lace to finish off a project, and 4 needle minders. So the notions are pretty much the same in the 2 boxes that I've received. In this one, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of these little schemes that you generally get in a bits bag. And then I got that one, which is, I think it's a 45 meter skein. Then there's a half skein of this blue. Oops, the light is really going a bit. So it is a little bit variegated. It goes from your lighter to your darker. The light might be playing up a little bit because it is starting to get dark here. So, and I've got a full hank of this green, which green is the son's favourite colour, and he's already decided that he wants to take this, and I told him no. So yeah, so that's all the silks that I've got in that mystery box. As I said in my Flosstube extra, I do think they're well worth the money just in the flosses alone. You can always, if you don't want the notions that come in with it, you can always give them away or something like that. Okay, so Tarina at Artisy promised that she would have this pattern done and ready before the sale ended. So as soon as it was released, I had to go and buy this one. This is Moonrise Song in the large. It is artwork by Abraham Hunter. Now, I know there was quite a few of us that all ran out and, or not so much ran out, but went and bought this pattern. It comes in the 2 sizes, Moonrise large and just the normal size. I went the large just because I love the pattern, and it has got all the trees and stuff, so I really wanted that smaller detail in it. It is 550 stitches wide by 411 stitches high. This is the size of my fabric for it on 16 count. I don't even know if I can show the whole thing. Yeah, so I'm at full arm stretch there. It is, I think it was like 40 inches by 36 inches. So nearly, it's like a meter by just under a meter. So it's going to be a pretty big stitch project to work on. I've already ordered the floss from AliExpress. I only use CXC as it's cheaper. It's got 84 colours, but a lot of those colours have duplicates of like 7s and 9s and stuff like that. So I think the skein amount worked out to be like 100 140, 150 skeins is needed for it. So I've already ordered that. As soon as I get the floss in, I will be starting it, because that is basically my birthday, one of my birthday presents to myself. I did order a few other things, but they're not here, so I won't bother talking about them until they get here. Okay, what's next? Plans. So this is going to be my last weekly update. I am going to move to fortnightly updates from here. I think that's pretty much what I've been doing anyway. I've just been interspersing my stash dive videos in with it. I basically ran out of content like that, so I mean, there will be a few little Flosstube extras of unboxings and stuff like that when I get kits in or something special in that I'd like to show you guys. But yeah, that's basically what is going to be happening. I will be moving to fortnightly updates. So my next update will be on the, what's the date today? The 2nd. My next update will be the 16th of May. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. Next week I will upload a video of how I dye my fabrics, or a couple of ways of the ways I dye my fabric. So that's going to be that one. I'm not doing anything for Mania. I've only got the five projects anyway, and I can't see the point in starting a project every day. I mean, I've got enough kits kitted up to be able to do that, but they're all full coverage basically, so yeah, that's not going to happen. And I feel it'd put too much pressure on myself to be worried about having to get X amount of stitches into them, so there's enough content for you to be watching. But that's, yeah, not doing Mania, definitely not. And it's only my first year on Flosstube, so yeah. And I don't do whip go or anything like that. I do have a couple of stitchy groups, challenge groups on Facebook, but they're pretty relaxed, that if I have to miss a day or two of stitching, it's not a big deal. As we all have our off days, or we've all got to work too much, I've got to work and we can't stitch and stuff like that. So that is, that's my plans. And I wouldn't have enough stitch count or progress to come on and show you on a weekly basis anyway. So that's my reasoning behind that. All right, next thing is giveaway winners, who I am going to announce. Now, I haven't picked these yet. I am going to do it here on camera, so you may just have to bear with me while I figure out how to do this. Just get onto my video. Nope, be quiet. Okay. Go onto the random comment picker. There we go. Now we will filter comments based on a specific text. So hit that one. Well, our first one was cat, I think. Stamp. Our first one was a stamp. So got that in there. Go down, get YouTube comments. There were 24 comments with stamp in them. And let's start. Okay, who have we got? Bronze Stitching Adventures. Wow, what amazing stitch numbers you got in over the last 2 weeks. I always love finding Aussie floss tubers. I'd like to see what you get in your mystery box from Silks for You when it arrives. Love the stamp needle minder. Happy stitching. Congratulations, Bronze Stitching Adventures. You have won the stamp needle minder and the 20 floss drops to go with it. Let's go back and do that again. Take that out, take that word out. Our next one was cat. So we will get the YouTube comments for cat. There was 20 people that had cat in their comment. Let's start this. Okay, who have we got? Blushing Pink Stitches. Watched all your videos so far and have really been enjoying seeing all your projects. Congrats on 200 subscribers, well deserved. Looking forward to seeing how you progress on your full coverage projects. I'm looking forward to starting one myself soon. I have the Not All Who Wander pattern and must kit it up. It's so pretty. Tree cat stamp. Happy stitching, Lindsay. Congratulations, Lindsay from Blushing Pink Stitches. You have won the cat needle minder and the 20 what do you call them things? Floss drops to go with it. All right. Last one was a tree. Put that, whoops, only 2 E's, not triple E. There were 22 comments with a tree in them. So let's start this again. And that is Carol Minard. Wow, you definitely had a really good stitching week. Your horse is beautiful. I wished as a young girl to have a horse. I think it's every girl's dream. You did a wonderful job making the floss drops. Tree stamp. Have a good week. Congratulations, Carol Minard. You have won the tree needle minder and the 20 floss drops to go with it. Now, if each of those winners could email me, I'll put my email in the show notes in the drop down box below. If you could just send me an email with your address, and I will endeavor to get them out to you as soon as possible. So congratulations, guys, and thank you to everyone who entered my giveaway. The next giveaway I've got planned is if I reach 500 subscribers. I seem to have slowed down on the subscriber front, but that's fine. To think that 300 of you out there want to listen to me ramble on talking about cross stitch and showing you my cross stitch projects is absolutely mind-blowing. I can't believe that there's that many people who want to listen to me go on and on and on. So yeah, thank you everyone for entering. It is really appreciated that you all come on and watch my videos as much as I am rambling and off with the fairies sometimes, and even with my notes I still forget what I'm doing. So that is everything, I think, for today. Just having a quick look to see. Yes, that is everything for today. So thank you very much for joining me and watching my videos. I hope that you all have a great week or a great fortnight, because it will be 2 weeks until I see you next. I hope that you all have a great fortnight. Get some good stitching in. enjoy, live, laugh, love greatly. So thank you everyone. Until next time, see you all next video. Bye.